I would make an arbitrary decision. An arbitrary decision. Arbitrary means without regard to what anybody else thinks. So sometimes people in authority, they make arbitrary decisions. They don't listen to advice. An arbitrary decision would be different from an informed decision. An informed decision would be I would listen to advice. I would study the problem. I would learn about information that would help me make a better decision. But if I wanted to, if I didn't care about what other people thought, and if I was too lazy to try to learn about information that would help me make a better decision, I would make an arbitrary decision. Okay? You would come across a word like this in news magazines, newscasts like BBC, CNN. You would hear a word like that, when they're talking about politics, history, business. Yeah.
Would you please give me an example sentence for arbitrary?
Pardon me?
Would you please give me an example sentence for arbitrary?
For arbitrary?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The president of the country made an arbitrary decision about the trade agreement with China. By making an arbitrary, when we say the president made an arbitrary decision about a new trade agreement with China, what we're saying in effect
It's right, President Trump did it.
Well, when we say the decision was arbitrary, it means that the decision was made without regard to facts, to information that would be helpful for that to be a good decision. So usually we say that arbitrary decisions, you should not make arbitrary decisions. When you make decisions, especially people in positions of responsibility, they should listen to advice. They should study information, facts. They should collect information to help them make an informed decision. But too often, people
For
that just...
example, President Trump wants to make a wall for Mexico, and USA is a victory project.
Yeah, that would be an arbitrary decision. Yeah. Mhm.
This is hurry. Can you use hurry?
The what?
This is hurry.
Hurry. How do we use hurry? This word? Is that the word hurry? Hurry means to rush. So if you're late for class, say, you would hurry to get to class. If you have plenty of time, you would just take your time. But hurry means to rush. So it is, class starts at 9 o'clock. Let's say I oversleep. I don't get up until 15 minutes until 9. And I live in the Rio Monte. So I have 15 minutes to get up, to dress, to get to class. I would have to hurry. to get to class on time. It means to rush.
มาสั้น
Means hurry up.
Hurry up.
Hurry.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you for pointing that out, Q. When we say hurry up, when we say hurry up, that's command. So let's say that you have your children or your grandchildren with you,
เสียงเสียง
and you're at the store, and you want to go somewhere, and they're off, looking at other things, they're just sort of moseying. They're just, you say, hurry up, hurry up.
hurry up
Hurry up.
same certainly same certainly
Same as catch up?
same
Not quite, not quite. Hurry up is just a command to tell them to come on. But if you said that, let's say that you're at the store and both of you are at the bookstore, and you've decided that you want to, after you go to the bookstore, that you want to go to the restaurant and eat. Okay? Let's say you want to go ahead to the restaurant and go eat. Chop wants to stay at the bookstore and look for books longer. Good morning. Swati. So what you would say is, I will go ahead and go to the restaurant and you can catch up. You see? When you say that you can catch up, you're telling Chop, take your time, stay at the bookstore, look for more books if you want to, and when you're finished, you can catch up with me at the restaurant. Now, if you wanted to go to this restaurant together, and Chop wanted to look at more books, and you were sort of frustrated because you wanted to go on to the restaurant, but she wants to stay at the bookstore, you would say, well, go ahead and look at books, but hurry up. Hurry up, meaning to finish what you're doing so that we can go together. So they're similar in meaning, but there are slight differences in how we would use them in conversation. Yeah. So, other things that we want to try to clarify?
teacher
Oh,
eat your favorite
thank you.
teacher
Oh, I can't eat all of these. I will share them with the class at one time. Thank you.
ขอบคุณครับ อีกคนนี้ขอบ
Crock and crock.
ไม่เป็นไรเนี่ยก็มา
Yeah. Anything else that we want to take up before we start our new lesson?
nuclear family
What?
nuclear family
Nuclear family?
yeah
That's a special meaning. Do you know what nuclear means? Nuclear. It refers to the science of atoms, right? In science we have, and then, you know what atoms are, okay? So nuclear refers to atoms. But when we use that in connection with a family, we're talking about a family that just the immediate family. You have the father, the mother, and then the children. And those children A nuclear family is like an atom. The children
Live together.
are attracted to the nucleus. The nucleus of an atom would be the center of the atom. You have in an atom, and I'm not a scientist, but with an atom you have the neutron, which is right in the middle, and then you have the electrons, which orbit around the neutron, right? So when we refer to a nuclear family, the nucleus of the family is the mother and father. The children orbit around the mother and the father. So when we talk in speech, or if you run across in writing a reference to a nuclear family, it means the immediate family, and that family is very, very close, and the parents have a very strong influence. The children still are attracted to the influence of the parents.
Nuclear family, same center. Same.
It's like the center of the family.
Okay.
When we talk about a nuclear family, we're talking about a family that has a very strong center and